Hey there guys, what's going on? Today we've got another video in our best class setups in Modern Warfare series. We are very slowly working our way through all the weapons in the game, and we've actually had a request from one of you mad lads to do a best class setup for the P90, so I do appreciate that of course. If you do want to see a specific best class setup for a weapon in this game that I haven't done yet, make sure you do leave a comment and let me know. I actually really do like the P90, fast firing, low recoil, and a huge 50 round magazine. It's one of the more slept on weapons in the game in my opinion for how powerful it is. You don't really see too many people running around with the P90. It's definitely not as overpowered as something like the MP5 or as strong as the MP7, but I feel like with the combination of high fire rate and 50 round magazine with lowish recoil, I think it still makes this weapon pretty overpowered in this game. It does struggle a little bit at times at range slightly, so I'm not suggesting it needs to be nerfed or anything like that, but when you're playing with a very aggressive up close playstyle, this gun feels like an absolute dream, and I think that makes it overpowered in my opinion. I've noticed a lot of doubles and triples that I've been getting with this, and they're super easy to get with the P90. You just keep shooting, keep spray, pray, and just you get all those kills. It's pretty fun. That makes the weapon a load of fun to use. But just before we do get into our overpowered class setup here, let's try and get this video to 7 likes. The support from you guys has been very, very good recently. I just can't thank you guys enough for all of the support that even anyone who's glanced at one of my videos has given me. We do, of course, recently hit 500 subscribers, which is pretty crazy to me. We are, of course, on the way to 600 now, which is, again, that just blows my mind, man. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button with the notifications turned on so you don't miss any more of these overpowered class setups or Warzone loadouts or other stuff that we do have in store. If every single person who was subscribed did get one friend to subscribe, we would be at about 1,000 subscribers, which would just make my head blow up. Right, let's talk about this overpowered class setup for the P90. Okay, so as I said, the P90 does have a great fire rate, lowish recoil, and a massive magazine. It's one of the best weapons to just equip and start running around with. It's a really basic, really powerful weapon, and it's loads of fun to use. If you are hitting those headshots, you just drop people super quickly, and with the 50 round magazine, it is very, very easy to just spray multiple people down with this thing. As I said already, I've seen a little bit of an increase to the amount of doubles and triple kills that I've been getting. I think I also got like a Fury kill in this gameplay, which is pretty wild. You might see that. And I'm pretty sure I owe that mostly to the 50 round magazine. There are some interesting attachments in this P90 class, things that don't normally go in the slots they normally do. But that is definitely one of the best class setups that you can make for the P90. And it's one that's really growing on me. I do think it is overpowered in my opinion. It's probably the 3rd or 4th best SMG in the game, which is pretty good considering the power level of some of the other guns in this class. Something about the high fire rate and a 50 round magazine just speaks to me, and it's definitely the best thing about this weapon. This is definitely a class setup that makes it as effective as it can be. We've maxed out the P90 here in my opinion. So let's talk about the powerful class setup that we've got here. So of course we're going to start with our sidearm perks and grenade choices here. We'll go over them quite quickly because they are the same in most of my classes. Our sidearm is of course the Snake Shot 357 revolver because it is still the most powerful pistol in the game. I recently did do a class setup video on this thing, so if you are looking for the best class setup for it, including all the perks and attachments and everything else, do go check out the video in the top right corner. We do have, of course, set it up like this: the 357 long barrel, the 5mm laser, the lightweight trigger, and the Snake Shot, and of course the stippled grip tape. It's a really powerful sidearm in my opinion, and it's one of the best in the game. We have, of course, seen a little shift in the perk meta recently. Most people are running around with perk 1 as one of these 3. EOD is for not dying to those explosives, of course. Kill chain is also really powerful for getting those super powerful streaks into other more powerful streaks. And my new personal favorite attachment at the moment, or perk rather, is Quick Fix, which does help start that health regeneration as soon as you get a kill, and your health regeneration rate is increased when you are capturing or holding objectives. It basically works as a mini stim shot, which can save your life over trying to pull out the stim shot, and it's pretty good. It's a really, really good perk. Perk 2, of course, we do have Ghost here, which makes you undetectable by UAVs, radar drones, and the heartbeat sensors. It just helps you stay off that radar, and if you do get advanced UAV'd, you do have a chance to be more hidden. It's a little bit easier to not get murdered with that thing. And perk 3 is, of course, Tracker, which makes us especially powerful being aggressive with this SMG class because you can see enemy footprints and you can sneak up behind them. Ghost and Tracker are a really powerful combination to help get you on that flank, hide your footsteps, or not hide your footsteps, but make you harder to kill when you are on the flank, basically. It's really, really powerful. In the lethal slot, we do have, of course, the C4, but any of these options are really, really strong depending on how you do like to play. And, of course, the tactical is always going to be the stim shot because it is a really, really powerful option in this game. So starting off with the attachments that we've got here in the muzzle slot, we've gone with everybody's favorite, the monolithic suppressor. Damage range and sound suppression. I feel like this and the compensator here are the 2 best options for most weapons in the game. I'd have to argue that maybe snipers wouldn't like that too much, but it's usually pretty hard to go past extended range or recoil control. We do of course lose a little bit of aim down sight speed and aim walking steadiness with this, but we can make up for that what we lose here with other attachments. You're going to be getting for the most part 4 to 5 shot kills with the P90, which doesn't sound like too much, like that sounds pretty bad, but the fire rate does help this here, so the time to kill is pretty standard, middle of the road stuff here really. So extending out our damage range a little bit further is really powerful. I just love the monolithic suppressor in this game. It's definitely one of the best attachments for sure. Like, I think I'm still working on the Hall of Fame for the Modern Warfare attachments, but this has got to be in it for sure. It might even get its own crappy song remix like we did with the stippled grip tape at one point, but we will see how we go. So of course in the muzzle slot we do have the monolithic suppressor, and that's the first attachment for this overpowered class. Our next attachment slot we do have the barrel. We've got the forged tack retribution. This is that barrel for the P90, damage range, bullet velocity and recoil control. This is always the perfect option for pretty much every gun in the game, again except for maybe the snipers wouldn't like the biggest barrel option on their gun, but like with pretty much everything in this game, it would always like to shoot a little bit further, a little bit faster and be a little bit more accurate, and the P90 does fall under that rule as well. The other options that you can pick here, the FSS 10.6 inch barrel does offer a good option as well, but it's not as powerful as the Forged Tack Retribution. It does seem weird that they would put arguably the worst barrel as a later unlock. They do some weird things in this game sometimes. It does offer you, of course, damage range and bullet velocity, but it's basically a downgrade to the Retribution. The Retribution is the best option that we can work with, and it does make this weapon pretty good. It's a really strong option in this game. Like if you're hitting those headshots, you do just drop people so super quickly. So of course, in our barrel slot, we do have the Forged Tack Retribution, and that's the second attachment for this overpowered class setup. We have of course skipped the laser slot here. There's always an argument from me to be made for using the tack laser. It's a really powerful option with most SMGs and ARs in the game, but here I don't think we have enough slots to support it. I feel like we're making use of all of our other attachment slots here, and I'd love to use it, but I don't think we have room here. Same goes in the optic slot as well. Like the iron sights on this are fine. I think the iron sights on the P90 aren't too great, but they're not the worst in the game by any means. They're fine. I'd probably like to use this bad boy here. You can see the FSS ring light, or the FSS ring sight rather. It's a really good attachment that's built into the gun, and it's a really strong one for sure. Or of course the GO mini reflex is a very powerful option as well, but again I don't think we have enough slots to support either of these, so we move on. Our next actual attachment slot that we do have here is the stock slot, and here we are rocking the Forged Tack CQB comb. With this we do get a healthy amount of aim down sight speed, and with the other attachments that we've chosen we really do need this. Really simple choice here. With the larger barrel options and other slower attachments that we've chosen, like the monolithic suppressor, we do have to get our handling speed back. This is a perfect attachment to help us get those sights up quickly. There's also an argument to be made here for the fly strap in this slot. With it we do get sprint to fire speed and aim walk movement speed. This is also a really powerful option, but we can get sprint to fire speed from another source that you guys probably do know about, and still get a huge boost to our ADS time with the Forged Tack CQB comb. This is probably a bit of a toss up here, and you can pretty much choose whatever you do like the look of. I personally prefer the Forged Tack comb for the extra aim down sight speed. Really does help me get those sights up quickly and send those bullets down range, and that's why I've chosen it in our stock slot as the third attachment in this class. Another attachment slot that we do have here is the rear grip slot, of course, and we do have everyone's favorite, the stippled grip tape. Aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed are some of the best stats that you can have on pretty much every gun in this game. Running around being an aggressive with this SMG, you'll always want to get those sights up super quickly and basically as quick as possible. Plus sprint to fire speed can actually save your life if you do happen to get taken by surprise. Feels really strong to be sprinting around to get those sights up super quickly. Another tip in my class setups as well, if you do pick the heaviest, biggest barrel option that we've done here, you'll always want to throw on that stippled grip tape, or at least whatever rear grip has those stats. Really does help out the balance that you do get from the monster barrels, and it's a really powerful combination. It's one of the rules that I use to make most of my classes. So of course we've got the stippled grip tape on this overpowered class setup, but you knew this was coming. And lastly we do need something to tackle the recoil control from the P90, and that is our underbarrel slot, of course. And here we got the stippled grip tape. Am I reading that right? As in the same stippled grip tape for the recoil control and the aiming stability instead of the other stats that we do get? That doesn't sound right, but we're going to roll with it anyway. We do lose a little bit of aim walking movement speed and aim down sight speed. Like I said, we can get that back from other attachments, so it's not really big of a deal. The P90 doesn't have lots of kick, but it can be a little bit unreliable at those longer ranges. This stippled grip tape here helps us make us a little bit more reliable at medium to longer ranges, and you'll be hitting more shots with this. It's really that simple. It's weird to be describing the stipple grip tape as anything other than aim down side speed and sprint to fire speed, but this is of course what we've got to work with. If it does help your brain a little, you can call this one the Ranger foregrip because they do have exactly the same stats, so don't freak out too much. And that is our last attachment for this overpowered P90 class. Right, so this is our full class setup here for the P90. All of the attachments make this weapon overpowered in my opinion. So overall, I don't think we will be seeing any nerfs for this coming anytime soon. It is in pretty good spot balance wise, but the combination of a high fire rate and 50 round magazine just screams overpowered to me. If you are looking for a weapon that is not at the tip top of the meta but is still really strong, look no further than the P90. It is a blast to use this. If you did enjoy this one or it did help you out at all, make sure you do leave a like and do subscribe if you are new around here. We're well on our way to 600 subscribers now, which is very crazy to me, and it does help me out by letting me know that you are enjoying the content. Of course, if you do have a class that you do want me to test out or make a best class setup on, I'm happy to do that if you do leave a comment letting me know what you want to see. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye!